Every year, Apple introduces a new iPhone line, and its introduction is the most important event in the Apple calendar. iPhone sales are at the heart of the company's portfolio and serve as the driver for accessories like Apple Watch and AirPods. At its Wonderlust launch event on September 12, Apple announced the launch of 4 new iPhone handsets, iPhone 15 Plus and iPhone 15 Pro Max. We reveal all of the key details you need to know about the new phones, their release date, price, tech specs, design changes, and much more. The iPhone 15 series handsets were announced at Apple's Wonderlust event on September 12. iPhone 15 Pro Max available in stores on 15 September. The action button. The iPhone has had a ring/silent switch since the very beginning, and the iPhone 15 Pro finally changes that. The switch has been replaced with the action button. By default, just press and hold the button to toggle between ring and silence, just like the switch used to do. You'll get a haptic response and animation in the dynamic island, but there are a number of other modes available too. You can set the button to launch the camera, start a voice recording, activate an accessibility feature like launching the magnifier or flashlight, or running a shortcut. That last one is especially exciting, as it means you can quickly perform complex actions, or even just launch any app you want. Design changes. Titanium, USB-C, slim display border. Apple has replaced the stainless steel body with grade 5 titanium, bonded to an aluminum internal structure. This should be just as durable, but is much lighter. Apple has reduced the border around the display too. The display is still 6.1 inches for the Pro model and 6.7 inches for the Pro Max, but the body of the phone has shrunk a little due to the smaller bezels. The smaller body and titanium enclosure make this the lightest Pro iPhone ever. The iPhone 15 Pro weighs 6 ounces, while the Pro Max weighs 7.81 ounces. Compare that to 7.27 and 8.47 ounces for the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max, respectively. In fact, this year's Pro models weigh only about 10% more than the non-Pro models. As previously reported, Apple is replacing the Lightning port with USB-C on all iPhone 15 models. On the Pro and Pro Max, it's a faster USB 3 connection, offering up to 10 GB of bandwidth. That allows you to, for the first time, shoot ProRes video directly to an external drive. Dynamic Island. The Dynamic Island was one of the most talked about features on the iPhone 14 Pro, and now it comes to the iPhone 15. That means the notch is gone, and you'll get pop-ups and live activities at the top of your phone. New camera features. The iPhone 15 still has a dual camera array with a wide angle and ultra-wide camera, but Apple has upped the main camera's megapixels from 12 to 48 with a quad pixel sensor and 100% focus pixels for fast autofocus. Shots will be saved in 24MP by default, offering incredible image quality at a practical file size ideal for storing and sharing. Additionally, the iPhone 15 can take 2x telephoto shots without a dedicated telephoto lens, and with next-generation portraits to adjust the focus and bokeh effect after you snap a pic, even if you haven't switched to portrait mode. A 17 Pro processor. It wouldn't be a new Pro iPhone without a new A-series processor. While the iPhone 15 will use the A16 Bionic introduced in last year's iPhone 14 Pro, the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max get a new system on chip dubbed the A17 Pro. That's an interesting name change. Adding Pro to the name makes one suspect that next year, the non-Pro iPhones will get a non-Pro version of the A17. The A17 Pro is the first 3-nm chip in any major consumer product, which increases efficiency and allows Apple to increase transistor count to 19 billion Vs. 16 billion in the A16 Bionic. There are still 2 high-performance CPU cores, but they are 10% faster. The 4 high-efficiency cores are also faster, though Apple did not disclose how much. The GPU is paired with a 6-core GPU that uses an entirely new shader architecture. It offers 20% faster peak performance and better energy efficiency, according to Apple. It also provides new graphics features like mesh shading. And finally, hardware ray tracing acceleration, which Apple claims is the fastest in any smartphone and up to 4 times faster than software ray tracing. Media encoding and decoding is more efficient, and Apple has incorporated a hardware AV1 decoder for the first time, finally catching up with some competitors. The neural engine, which processes machine learning tasks, still has 16 cores but is up to twice as fast, delivering up to 35 trillion operations per second.
Challenging even high-end desktop PCs. Our efficiency cores are also faster and remain unmatched in the industry, delivering 3 times the performance per watt of the competition. These are critical to iPhone as your most typical tasks run on these cores. The neural engine is now up to twice as fast for machine learning models, allowing it to process up to 35 trillion operations per second. The neural engine uses machine learning on device without sending your personal data to the cloud, powering features like typing more accurately with autocorrect, lifting a subject from a photo background, or creating a personal voice for users at risk of speech loss. A17 Pro has dedicated engines that enable pro features. Those include the ProRes codec and a display engine that powers ProMotion and the always-on display. We also included a dedicated AV1 decoder, enabling more efficient and high-quality video experiences for streaming services. iPhone 15 Pro also has a controller in A17, the first using an i2 innovation design shader architecture, our biggest redesign in the history of Apple GPUs. This is a Pro-class GPU that expands what's possible on iPhone even more. We focused on 3 things: improving performance,